Welcome to Kolorflow Conversations, where we flow freely, speak boldly, and connect colorfully. I am Yukisha, and this is
Takesha.
and welcome to our girl chat.
Oh,
You didn't join me.
yeah. It's
Did
coming.
you? Did you
I
forget?
totally forgot. It didn't even cross my mind at all.
Are you serious?
Like, not one bit.
The first time we came back, I forgot. Now you and you usually don't forget that.
Yeah, nah.
Is it because other stuff is going on
I
in your
think
mind?
so. I think my mind is just overwhelmed.
What's crazy is I don't think people understand that we will literally walk in, set up, sit down, turn on the camera, and just start talking. So literally, whatever is going through your mind or whatever we thinking about, or what that's pretty much how we start talking. You know what's going on in my mind because I want to ask you this.
Uh-oh.
We've been doing this for 2 years, almost 2 years, and I so enjoy having these conversations. But when I think back, I know people like really support us and watch it. I always wonder because we know why we do it, but I always wonder, um, do people really get why we do it? Like, I don't want them to understand it from us. Like, we talk about so many random things, so many just random conversations that I don't want people to understand it from a surface level point of view. And I don't know if everybody know what surface level point of view is, but it's like even when we talk about general, funny stuff, whatever, it's always like a spiritual meaning behind it. And if you're watching it from a surface level point of view, you really not getting like the message. And I don't know. I think I told you this maybe this week through text or something where I'll just have a hard time even having surface level conversations. It's so heavy. It make me feel like really heavy and drained. And I know you probably been feeling like that over the years. So it's just now getting to me where it's like, this is so draining. I'm not enjoying this. You know what I'm saying? How did you do that all those years? Because I was your friend during that time.
I have no idea.
And I'm sure that I was talking just random surface levels.
Probably why I sleep so much.
Oh.
I really believe that it's just like don't realize like how I'm just exhausted from it, and then I'm just like
from listening to just random. And I guess people think that's supposed to be friendship chats, but it becomes a lot, and it's becoming a lot for me, and I don't know how to. I guess balance is the word.
And I think that there's different levels to surface level conversations.
Yes.
Because like last week we talked about fashion. That could fall under a surface level type of thing.
Yes.
But I feel like for me, when I think of surface level, I think of the conversation having no growth to it. Yeah. Where you're not trying to figure out how to be better.
That's it. Yes, that's it. Because I can have surface conversations about everyday things. Okay, I get that. I understand what you're saying. And that's absolutely what it is. If I'm having a conversation with someone and it's showing no growth, and not saying that I'm just the made it to the growth. That's not it. But you feel it more and it weighs on you more when you're having a conversation with someone and you can feel the no growth.
Yes. Yes. And it's not like you said, it's not like, oh, I'm here and you're here, or a judgment type thing. I just feel like when you have matured through certain things, and for me, it really becomes hard because I try to always see full circle everybody's opinion in certain situations. And a lot of times people don't always do that. Okay. Where it's just like, oh yeah, that's understandable, but mine is this, when it's just like, okay, pull it back to me. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself in my shoes for a second.
Yeah.
So I try to, like, you know, like I said, think about it full circle. But I know sometimes the conversations are just like, I know that I am not in a place where, like, I don't give a damn what anybody got on. You know what I'm saying? Like, why she wear that? Like,
you don't care. Yeah.
I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, where before that might have been entertaining for me. So if I'm having a conversation with somebody and that's where they at, that's to me is going to be where I'm just like, okay, this surface level, I don't care. Because really, I don't care what this person got on. If they like it, I love it, is whatever. But if we are talking about something, for instance, where it's, so I have a perfect example. You sent me a TikTok and another one of my friends sent me the same TikTok.
Really?
It was the lady in the car who was talking about the church rituals and the spiritual rituals.
Yeah.
So to me, that's not a surface level.
No.
It's like digging deep. And even though we may not have the same
opinion or
views, is the respectable conversation to see, oh yeah, I get that, versus the let me just shut you down and not even talk about that because I don't believe or do what you do. You know, and that's where I feel it becomes more judgmental. Because I think having an open mind, like I would like for everybody that watches the podcast, no matter what we talk about, how we're jumping through it, is to sit back and reflect on that and have an open mind and see where they are in their life.
And I don't think that happens.
And I don't know. I don't think that happens.
But the thing about it, and maybe it is because I do it, because you do it. Like, I definitely now go like full circle. Let me look at every angle. And because I understand why people or things happen, people say what they do or react the way they do it, I don't like reply or go back and forth anymore because I understand it.
Yes.
I understand. You know, I genuinely get it. I get it. But it still be heavy.
Yeah, like I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand, you know what I'm saying, where this person is and their point of view. So I let you have that.
I let them all. I let it.
Let you have that. Well, yeah. I'm just like,
because I'm not a person that try to. I think I used to try to argue my point. Like, no matter what it was about, I wanted to argue my point. If I feel like I'm right, I need to argue my point to get you to believe or see that I'm right. And I'm just not that person no more. I'm not going to argue my point about really hardly anything now. Because I realize now, when I used to argue with people, and it could have been anybody about anything, how tired I was after. Like, it took all my energy, and you literally took all of my energy for me to argue with you, and we still at the same spot we was in before. Child, nah, I'm not doing it no more. So, but now that I don't do it, the tiredness or the draining feeling, it's not that I'm exhausted because I'm not doing it anymore. I'm more exhausted by listening to it.
You know, it took me a while though to just be like, okay, because I want to be right. I know this about me.
You would argue back and forth?
Yeah. But it took me a while to stop and just say, like, okay, because it's just like, why am I arguing? Why am I going back and forth? Why do I need you to see it my way for me to feel validated?
And that's why
so I think that's what when I really stopped. And I'm gonna tell you, the first person who I really had to stop that with was my son.
Really? You were arguing back and forth with him about trying to see things your way?
Yes. And now I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I could let me just let you.
As a teenager, was he like that?
Or have that. He's been very strong opinionated his entire life.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And he'd be like, no, that's the actually, yes, it is, sir. But you know what? Okay, you now I'm like, I just say okay. Like,
but even if you were right and he eventually sees that you're right, does he come back and say
no?
He'll just let it go.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever heard that boy ever even apologize to me before.
That's why maybe that's why I'm having issues too, because
he's straight. Like when we talk about like that ego type thing, yeah, he's poster child for that.
That's another thing that bothers me, people who don't apologize. And that's bothered me. I think I told you about that this week too. Like, just people, when they realize that they're wrong, don't come back and apologize. What in the world, is...
It's just like you want to shift your actions and be a little, you want to ride with me to the store.
Yeah, you're just going to move on to another conversation. Yeah. You're going to bring something else up. Like, this is your sorry to say we all right. No, I'm not letting that go no more. I don't think I'm because I think if I'm a big enough person to apologize if I'm wrong, or even if I'm big enough to, I'm sorry, I just hit the mic, so that's gonna be loud. Even if I'm big enough to not argue back with you, to let you say your point and I say okay, why can't others be, like the bigger person in the area to come back and say I apologize? Because I'm a person that will apologize if I realize I'm wrong. I will. But if you don't get no apologies, because I don't think I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, and God shows me clearly if I'm wrong, and I will apologize. So yeah, but the ego thing, yeah, that's yeah. Mm-hmm. And you not okay with it, but it don't bother you as much.
No, it doesn't bother me. Like and I wonder if it was because I was raised like that. Like I don't recall very many I'm sorry. Like, yeah. Or my bad. Like I just recall like noted, and we just kept it moving. So that might have something to do with it.
Now when you said that, I started flashing back through my life. I haven't gotten many apologies. People who know they've done me wrong or said something to me wrong or said something behind my back and I know about it, or anything. But who will apologize to me quickly, instantly, when they realize that they've done something wrong is my daughter. Like the example the other day, I went in to like say something to her, and she probably was already a little frustrated from having a long day at school or something. A teenager, she was like, "What?" And I did this, and she's like, I'm sorry. What did you say? Like she instantly like correct herself. And I don't go into fussing at her instantly because I want to see, this is one of the parenting changes I've made. I want to see if she notices her fault. So I don't even give her what I'll just stop. And instantly when I stop, because one thing I ask for is clarity on everything and give me a calm spirit so I can reply in a way that's going to be beneficial for whoever I'm dealing with. And lately it's been with my daughter. So she'll instantly say, I'm sorry. She don't even say like I was frustrated. She just say, I'm sorry. What did you say? And that's literally how, I get apologies now. She instantly will recognize her action or her disrespect or whatever. I don't even see it as a disrespect. Maybe that's me as a parent. Most parents probably would see it as a disrespect thing. I see it as you got another human being that's going through things that
yes,
that you don't know how their day went. You don't know. So I allow her to feel whatever she's feeling, but at the same time, I don't blow off. I want to see, can you correct that, or do I need to step away and come back? And she makes corrections and instantly apologizes. And she's really the only person I could say that's been in my life that will apologize. I've been in many, many, many relationships, friendships, or whatever, and You apologize though, but you don't have to apologize to me often because we understand each other. But you probably have called me and said, "I'm sorry about something," But yeah, I don't get apologies. People just really move on to the next thing.
Move on to the
they either move on to the next thing or they move out of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that's sad that, people can't apologize. And if people this is one of them this is one of them conversations that I don't want people to look at as a surface level conversation, because everybody gonna say, I never get apologies, This is one of those conversations where you really need to deep dive into yourself. Am I one of those
people? Am I one of those people? Because that's what I'm sitting here thinking. Let me think about the times. Do I really apologize, or do I just do it with certain people?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing too.
Yeah. Absolute people that you want to keep around, people that you don't care about that you've done wrong. Then yeah, my sister told, and I don't think she'll mind me saying this, when she was like, I had showed her, some people that she needed to reach out to some years back to apologize to them. I remember. She told you that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if he drops it in her spirit, then she definitely is one of those people that will reach out to somebody, and it could be an enemy, because I know one of the people that was on her list.
Yeah, I was like, for real.
Yeah, that she called, and but in return, one of the conversations I remember having, the person wasn't receiving it. They went into saying, well, it was like that because of this, instead of, and that's why I say people don't be ready all the time.
No.
They don't be ready.
No.
And when you become self-aware, aware of self, I'm aware of myself. I'm very aware in all areas of my life. The unhealthy areas, the areas where I need to work on myself for other people, work on myself for me, when I can just, know I know who I am, and areas that ain't so good about me, I can acknowledge that. Mm-hmm. What about you?
I definitely can. I believe that I am very well self-aware.
But in your
go ahead.
I was gonna say, in your self-awareness though, is it anything that you see that is not so good? Is it things that you just be like, okay, that's just one area that's just gonna be not so good, and I'm not gonna work on it?
Yeah. I do have things about me that I feel like are ugly, mm-hmm. but it's just what it is, where it's just mm-hmm. At this point, how do I want to say it? It's a part of my makeup, but not necessarily something I will direct with someone else. I notice it. I notice certain things that really piss me off, and I really want to spiral and cuss somebody out and go crazy. But instead, I'll just let them have the floor. I think my biggest thing is accepting people for who and where they are. And that is very hard for me to do, because I want everybody to grow up. And some people are just not ready to grow up. Some people are not ready to be held accountable. Some people don't even want to have conversations that if you notice something, you know what I'm saying? Where it's just
you're right.
I am open for anything that's going to help me grow. Some people just are looking for someone to kiki and say, yeah,
I agree with you,
and keep going, and not look at any faults or anything else.
Yeah, see, I think that's where my conversation started, because I don't believe that as a society, a lot of people are not prepared to most people want people to agree with them on what they're saying. They want, unless they're self-aware and have healed whatever. But most people, if you call your friend and you're saying, let me tell you what happened to me and this and that,
Yeah, you looking
you
for
want
that? Yeah,
you want
girl.
somebody to agree with you and kiki ha ha and be like, yeah, I you was right when you wasn't right. Yeah, that ain't me. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
I think my biggest struggle now in my friendships is just how I view life differently from others. How um, the American dream, how being an adult, adulting, having a house, a car, taking care of your kids, going to work every day, the things that we have just been conditioned to do. Um, I don't take the things that I have for granted, but I don't look at it as goals.
Mm.
And the majority of the people in my life look at certain things as goals, as accomplishments, as a big deal, where I don't want to lessen it and say it's not a big deal, but to me, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understand that some people rent and they wish that they could own a home.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I'm like, I signed my life away on a 30-year mortgage.
Yeah, because that's like the thing people would want to be a home. They want to own something.
Yeah. Where to me, I'm like, I feel like I'm still going to the man. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit ain't really mine for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't paid for yet.
Yeah.
And because I live outside of my means, I'm like, God damn, when is it gonna be paid for? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I just feel like I look at the day-to-day stuff as just a part of adulting.
Yeah.
And the things that I wish that I could do or that I see as living life, like having family.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's priceless.
Yeah.
To be able to go on a vacation with your whole family. Mm-hmm. Like it's stuff like that where I'm like, this would be fulfilling in my life for me. Not this house. Mm-hmm. Not this job. Yeah. I want the job. I need the money. Don't get me wrong. But you know what I'm saying? It's the things that money can't buy is what move me.
Mm-hmm. Not the material stuff.
Not the material stuff. Mm-hmm. I feel like I get all of these material things because what really moves me, I don't have. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to buy this happiness or, whatever. Like I'm falling into the consumerism, the American dream. Like, yeah, I got this, but the core, I'm still like, I'm empty.
I don't want that to be my kids' American dream. We talk about all the time, like we parent very differently. So I actually don't want my children to have to work for nobody else or have a 9 to 5. I want them to have the experiences of the things that they want, like go to college and have fun and enjoy, because that's an experience. But once you're done with that, do I want you reporting to somebody that's saying you get 2 or 3 weeks vacation, free time, like all your time belongs to them, like you are dedicated to them for 8 hours? And no, I don't want that for them. So many people be stressed out from work of what they think about you, your reviews and what they're going to say and all. I don't want my kids to live like that. I've experienced it. I don't experience it now. But and that's probably why I know I don't want them to have to do that. I don't want them to have to be up at 5 and 6 in the morning to go somewhere where they hate going or don't like going. I want them to, learn how to do what makes them happy, and the money gonna come because money is energy. It's gonna come. You're gonna be able to pay. I've said before, I don't stress about finances, and I don't work a lot. I'm just not going to do it. It's going to come. So, but again, society has made us believe you got to do this. You got to go to elementary school. You got to go to middle school. You got to go to high school. Then you need to go to college to have, and yeah, people do now be like, you got to have a degree to make the amount of money you want. I don't want to put that in their mind that in order for you to have this, you got to do this.
Yeah, I wish that it was more based on what's your talent, what is your heart's desire. Chase your heart's desire, not the robotics of go graduate high school, go to college, get a job, work the job, get married, have 2.5 kids and a dog. Like,
yeah, because a lot of times when it happened that way, a lot of people be happy, but then a lot of people years later be realizing this was not what I wanted. This actually was not what I wanted to do. I literally did this because this is what the world said you need to do to be happy and to survive. But no.
Yeah, like I'm really struggling now, especially like thinking about like my life, because I do not feel like my life has been my own. I feel like I have just, I mean, granted, I chose to have a baby at a young age. So I feel like a lot of decisions I made because I had, another person to take care of. But I feel like I was so focused on that, chasing the money.
Yeah.
That now I look at my life and I'm like, this is it? And it's almost over?
Not you saying it's almost over.
It just makes me like, nobody can stand up if today was my last day and be like, she lived. Don't even finish that sentence, because no, she did not do shit she wanted to do.
Oh, God.
Like it's very mundane. And I mean, this is probably the majority of us, really. Like,
people can portray that they're happy with the job and this is not to be negative, don't get me wrong, but if you like do a soul searching, like, am I really doing what I would like to do? Like, if you could do something else and live comfortably, because people be saying they want to be rich, but if you just could live comfortably but do something else, like you have a dream, when they say what do you want to be when you grow up, like what would you have been doing differently than what you decided to do based on the circumstances that you have? Because
and really, Keisha, when I think of rich, I know that you meant that like literally. Like, rich is really just not having worries about certain things.
Yeah.
Like being financially secure. And if you make wise decisions, you really can be rich. Like, it doesn't mean that I need a $10,000 square foot home. You know what I'm saying? Because I probably could be rich where I'm at now, but I feel like my life is missing that pizzazz. And I'm not getting it from the material things which we associate richness with.
Yeah. Because rich to me would be, because I'm definitely at peace, but I have disassociated myself so much from a lot of people that I would love to have all the same people in my life, not on a surface level way, but that would be rich to me. Like, to when I think back to my teenage days, and just I was singing in the community choir at different churches, and we was going around having fun on the surface, but when you dig deeper, it was a lot of trauma within the organization. It was a lot of sleeping around. There was a lot of people not getting along, and then you get up there and you're singing like, everything is great, and we go out to eat and we have fun and we call ourselves a family. But I would really like to have that like community for real. And I don't believe that community could just be found like in the church, because a lot of times people be like, that's my community, that's my people. No, I have a community. It's much smaller now of people that love me, that I have good relation with. But that would be rich to me if I could have even my family near and far. I have such a big family, but I don't feel like I have a big family.
Same.
Because everybody's like everywhere, and we don't like gather together. People have their reunions, but if we could just be like, y'all, let's meet up next month here, just randomly. And my kids know your kids and your kids, and because it's not like that. My kids could walk past their cousins today and I know them. That is rich. But I want it to be where ain't no family drama. I like this cousin, but I can't stand that cousin. I don't want to be around that. I can't. I can't. So yeah, that would definitely be rich for me. Well, we all just living, like you said, the American dream is not the house, but I would love, and you said this before, if we all live near each other. You want to be on a compound. You still want the compound?
No.
Oh, you changed your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I still change, but you see, that's how quickly it could change.
Yes. Now I want to be by myself. I want to be me and future husband.
You talked about this compound for a whole year. Now you don't want it.
No, I don't. I just want to be by myself.
You live near your family now, though.
Yeah.
And I think that living near them is like such a blessing, though, that y'all live near each other. And I love that for you.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine not living near my dad. Yeah, I couldn't even.
Yeah. And see, the bigger picture of the house that you have, to me, because I think about, I literally be, and you probably do too, I'm sure you do, I be thinking like, oh, God didn't make no mistake when you bought that house many, many moons ago near your dad, because he knew that y'all was going to need to be near each other. And now you got more family that's literally right near y'all. And I just be like, oh, he really does see far down the line what's going to happen while y'all able to do the things y'all need to do, for each other. So yeah, I would love to be near my family, but yeah, my family don't live near me. They don't live near me. But yeah, that was where I wanted to start off with today, because I want to know like what you thought about these surface level conversations still drain you as much as they probably used to. But you say that's probably why you still sleep a lot, because you still take a nap daily.
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And lately, that's all I've been doing is sleeping. Like, it's amazing to me that I could not get up for work on time today. When I got off work yesterday, I went straight to sleep. And I think like, I'll wake up, but I don't stay up. I like wake up, may respond to a text, play the game on the phone, and I'm right back asleep.
So you take a nap every day, even on the weekends?
Nah, on the weekends, I do. I'm about to say, but yeah, I'll take a nap on the weekends.
And when you take this nap, do you set an alarm to wake up?
No, I just wake up when my body wants to wake up.
And then you go back to sleep at night?
Yeah, without a problem.
Girl, wow. Do you feel re-energized after your nap?
No, I feel like I need more. Hey, can I get paid for sleeping?
And you've been taking naps for years.
Yes.
Yeah, you have been taking naps for years. I didn't know you did it every day.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do the podcast, though, Will you go home and take a nap?
No, I won't. These are probably the days, the day where I won't take a nap. But like tomorrow, I'll be super like irritated that I didn't get my nap in.
Really? You feel extra tired after you don't get a nap?
Yeah, but I honestly think that that's mental.
It's in your mind?
Yeah, I think it's more
because
mental.
You're used to getting that nap.
Because I'm used to getting a nap, that I think that I just make that up and it's mental.
Do you know that is something, talking about the American dream, that's probably something somebody wish they could do.
Yeah, I get people to be like, I wish I could take a nap. Like, yeah, I love it.
Do you know how people have to work multiple jobs?
And that's why I'm like, I don't want to come off like I'm not grateful, but it's just like, we really need to learn to individualize things. That it's just like, this
your dream is not my dream.
Yes. And it's like, that's okay, and respect that. Because like, I do not like having to report to work at a certain time.
Yeah.
That bothers me. And I have this wonderful job that gives me this little bit of flexibility.
But little bit is the key word.
But then it's just like, okay, so you didn't want to get up today, so now you got to work them 2 hours tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm going to be like,
why didn't I get up?
Why didn't I get up?
Yeah. I think that with that though, like you said, everybody needs to respect everybody else's American dream is different. I think it becomes difficult when you may be, I'll use the word complaining about something with your life, and somebody else may say, I wouldn't be mad about that if I was you, because I would wish I had that, and don't nobody want to hear that because your complaint is not their complaint.
Yes, and I feel like for the majority of people that I talk to,
we know that
everybody thinks that my complaints are invalid.
Not me. I understand it.
Yeah.
Even though it's not, even though my complaints are not the same, I get it. I mean, I probably didn't get it before, because I always used to joke with you, and you would say something joke about being broke or something. I'd be like, "Girl, you are not broke." I will always say that. Like,
yes, you still say it.
I still do.
Yeah,
but at least
everybody broke.
But at least you understand that I understand, still what you're saying.
Right. You still understand what I'm saying, even though you come for me with it, but I feel like, and I mean, maybe I'm just misinterpreting it, because I am sensitive and can be in my feelings. But I feel like with others, it's like, they coming for me. Like, well, that's understandable, but, and it's like, can it just be? Like, let me whine about this. Let me have my moment.
Yeah. So the full circle with that would be if a person who's in your life really know you, listen and understand from your shoes.
From my shoes.
From your shoes.
From my shoes.
I got it. Yeah. And I think that's something that's hard for us as a people to do.
Yep.
Is understand from somebody else's shoes. And maybe that's why I'm having an issue with the surface level thing, because I believe that with the changes that have occurred in my life, and I don't talk a lot about like what upsets me or what I think about. I talk to you about it because
that's what we do.
Yeah, it's what we do. But because I don't think or believe that people will get it from my shoes.
And you know what I think too that is different, and I've learned this like for myself. When something triggers me, like, why am I so triggered? Mm-hmm. And in asking that, it's brought about a lot of growth, because I am triggered when people put everything on social media. That is a trigger for me. Why are you doing this? Like, is everything content? Everything. But I'm like, a part of me is like, did I feel that way because when I post, nobody likes my stuff. and when they post, they're getting engagement. Like, is it a jealousy thing? You know, so I've gone through that little self-reflection, and I did find out about myself that some of it was centered to that, and some of it is that I think that certain things should just be private. But I have to respect the fact that other people don't feel that way. And we live in a day and age where people want to put every single detail of their life out there for the world to see it. And I think also with us growing up in the 90s, you know, the book of our life is totally different too, where it's just like, why are you doing that?
Do you believe that, since we moved to social media, do you believe that because, you know, I take a lot of pictures of clients and stuff like that, and I always ask permission. Do you believe that when people randomly out and about and taking pictures of like places where they are, I'll use my kids' school, for example, when I record my kids and things, and then you go post them. Do you believe that people should ask for permission? Or they can't ask for permission, but do you think it's appropriate to post other people that don't know you?
I do not.
Okay.
But at the same time, I get it when we're in events and it's just other people in the background that happens. But I think what bothers me sometimes is when people post other people and they're talking about them, when it's just like, you could have just let them mind their own business and you didn't need to make this your content about somebody else. But I understand that, like, because if you at a concert and you recording, it's gonna be
other people
in there. So it just happens. And I mean, I don't know what's my issue with social media.
Now I don't allow a lot of people to take pictures of me all the time, because I know it's gonna go, because I'm not gonna let myself be presented in any kind of way. So even my family, I'll stop them like, no, don't take a picture of me, you know, because I don't even want to come across as looking mean or crazy or whatever, but sometimes I just don't want to be posted. I don't even post myself a lot anymore at all. Like I used to always take selfies and post myself, but now I think the more self-aware I got, it's like, am I doing this for validation?
That's what's just like, what is the core reason why I'm doing this?
Yeah, like if I'm celebrating with someone, you know, that's different for me. But me just by myself, I don't do that a whole lot. I ain't saying I don't do it at all. So if I post a selfie, don't be like, I thought you said you don't do that. No, I'm saying like, it's been a while since I've been, you know, that person. So I don't do, because I'm not looking for validation. Social media to me is somewhere to be social, but like, I like a good topic of conversation. Like for example, yesterday, one of the young ladies I follow on social media asked a question like, it was a good question. It was something similar to people that's going through a traumatic loss or something like that. You know, do you feel like you are disassociated from a lot of people and things like that? I joined the conversation because I like the topic. Most time I scroll by. I'll hit like on something, but I don't comment barely on anything. I'm not a commenter. No, even though I'm a talkative person, I just don't even want to have a conversation about a lot of stuff. But her topic was like, you know, oh, I like this topic. I'm going to say something. And then she and I like basically had a nice banter back and forth, and she was asking me questions. I was replying and things like that. So I think I've changed my perspective when it comes to social media for myself. When it comes to pictures, posting, things like that. A lot of times I post my children because I'm proud of them. It's not for validation for them because they don't care. But, you know, family members that, you know, never met them or anything like that.
And that's another thing that I was thinking about too, because it is a good place where, you know, your family and then family that's out of state or whatever that you really don't see, because a lot of times even when you in-state, you don't see your family. So it is good for that. I just think I'm a hater.
I had a cousin who came last summer that had never met my kids, but because she see them on social media, and she came here for can't remember what she came here specifically for, but she wanted me to do her makeup, and I set up a photo shoot for her, and that was her first time meeting my son. But even though it was her first time, she talked to him like she knew him because she had seen and they were like getting along, and he went with us for the photo shoot. She was just like, everything you post about him is true, because like he spent the day with us, and she was just like, I felt like I already knew him. So I think those things like that is beneficial. But just for validation for me, like, y'all gonna make me feel better, or y'all gotta tell me I'm cute from this picture so I can feel cute. Yeah, no. Nah. Mm-mm. So yeah, sometimes I just want to enjoy the moment of wherever I'm doing, and not be involved in a post.
I think social media turns me into a person that I don't like, which is why I think that
really
I'm not on there, because I'm like, I really do think that it gives me jealousy issues. It gives me insecurities. It has me looking for validation. It turns me into a hater. It brings all of these disgusting things that I don't want to be. So I avoid that. Like how we were talking earlier, like the ugliness, like I know some of my uglies. That part of the ugly in me is just like, you know what, avoid that, because I'm here right now and I'm cute. And I ain't even got my lashes on. But if I post this picture and then don't nobody say nothing, am I gonna start thinking like,
that makes you very self-aware, friend, that you can acknowledge like social media makes you feel, you know, in a way that you don't like feeling, because that's not really your personality to be jealous or a hater, or be concerned about a like. Like a like is going to validate who you are. That's really big of you to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
So because they don't make those things don't really bother me if somebody don't. A lot of times I post about this podcast and we get no likes, none. I know they see it, but people don't want to support something that they like. Oh, whatever, she doing a little podcast. But I don't feel any type of way about it. I keep on posting like, me and my friend talked about this. Tune in. It's not going to stop me from promoting it, because I believe the bigger picture within this. But I get what you're saying. So that's really big and self-aware of you to say it makes you.
Yeah,
because you log off and be gone for a long time.
Yes. Yeah. Like I went to log back into my old Instagram. It was like user like I can't even get into that bug no more. No.
So you're not on Instagram at all?
The closet piece. That's it. And I only have that because, you know, like people send me something, so I'll go and look. Or I think about like, you know, certain things that you want, like hairstylists and stuff like that, the pictures. But other than that,
and you don't even miss it.
No, not at all. It definitely makes me a lot more healthier.
Wow. That's big. I'm glad that because a lot of people probably feel like that and won't acknowledge it.
Yeah, it definitely makes me a lot healthier.
The conversations of, I posted this and so-and-so didn't even like it, but I know they saw it. Or, you know, in the stories, we can see who look at our stories but never like a post. I hate them conversations. Like, I have it all the time with people in my stories but never like. I mean, like, it's okay. They saw it. It's okay. I literally know that you know what I'm presenting. It's okay. So, and they probably click on YouTube just to see. You ain't gotta like it, but you know, they probably gonna tell somebody else in conversation. Yeah, she got this little thing. Yeah, and that person may go and look and be moved by it. You know, so I'm a person that believes that. Like you know, I'm not a hater. I don't feel like you feel, you know, but the fact that you are self-aware with that's big.
Because I would even think about like when I would post prayers, or even like years ago when I would post like a Bible verse and some commentary on it, and then like I may get like 1 or 2 likes, and then I'll stop and somebody will text me and be like, why you stop posting that? I enjoyed that.
You get
but there
mad.
was no engagement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, so I was just like, I'm feeding too much into it and with the validation and how it's making me feel, and I don't like it. So I had to give it up.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just like when I go on there, I'm intentionally going on there for the most part to do something. And I may see what's ever at the top of my feed, but I'm
Yeah. I don't really be on Instagram ever. I go in there and post our stuff, and well, I do, you know, I'm still a celebrity person, so I will look at their stuff for a minute, but I don't like doom scroll on there. Facebook, I don't do a whole lot of scrolling on there. My thing is the University of TikTok.
Yeah.
I
will doom scroll
the University on TikTok, because I feel like I'm probably learning something.
Yeah, I be on there all the time, but I be mad when people I know come across my FYP. I be irritated. I be on fire. Like
I'm not here for you.
I'm not here for you. Why are you here?
Oh, you like, don't look at me. I'm not, because you know, if you post something, you come across their FYP if they're coming across yours.
Yeah, I do not be wanting to see y'all.
Yeah, but I want to know what y'all think about that, because social media has really, I've gotten to the point, like when I'm out in public, like I had jury duty, was that 2 weeks ago? And you know, we all in this big room waiting to see if we're going to be called down. And at one point I just looked around. Everybody was on their phones. And I was like, do I remember what life was like before the phones? Did I have a book with me? Did I have nothing? Did I just sit there? I don't remember. Literally everybody was scrolling on their phone.
Yeah, and now like everything is on the phone, the books and just
everything. And I just wish that sometime we could go back.
I wish we could too. I wish that technology hadn't moved as fast as it did.
It did, man. It was a super highway for real. It just moves so fast, and it's always changing.
Yep.
Next year it's going to be something else, and it's like I don't even know how to work half the stuff that they done created now.
Listen, I always thought that I was tech savvy.
Oh God, you not.
Last week when I got on the phone with the IT guy, and I asked him this question, and he told me the answer, I literally was just like, I'm so embarrassed right now. I said, because I thought that I was tech savvy. I said, I know when I hang up with you, you're going to talk about me to your coworkers. Because I started out talking real good.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, that port. I was like, oh.
You like, I don't know what you talking about.
Like, oh, yeah. You right. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I'm tech savvy anymore. I used to think I was, but it's moving so fast, and I'm really actually not enjoying it. I mean, I understand the convenience of it, but when I looked around that room when I was in jury duty, I was just like everybody is on their phone. Like none of us can have. And I'm thinking maybe back in the day, did some of us look to the person next to us and have a conversation?
Yeah,
you know,
now
or
there's no
conversations. And even when I go out to restaurants, fine dining establishments at that, and I look around and people on a date, they're literally on their phone. I would leave the date. I would go home. If you take me out, I'm telling you now, sir, whoever you are. If you take me out and you sit there and you be on your phone, I don't care if you're answering emails or what. The only reason I would, not my kids is pretty much grown, but the only reason I would check my phone is if my kids reached out to me. But even when I was going on dates, they didn't reach out to me. They probably was glad I was gone. But you know, I'm like, that would be the only reason, like, let me see what my kid want. But to just sit there and y'all not having a conversation, then you want to get proposed and get married, and you wonder why you don't know them. Did y'all even talk?
We're going to wrap it up on that now.
Oh, sorry.
Because you ain't even know them.
Yeah. You ain't even know them. Y'all wasn't even having a conversation. So, yeah. And then that's become social media. I just want to move in silence on everything. Y'all ain't gonna know nothing. Y'all will meet my husband if he ever come when we out shopping at the grocery store, because that's my favorite place. But that's it, y'all. This hour went by so fast.
It always does.
Oh my
It
God.
always does.
Listen, we want y'all to like, listen, subscribe, share with your friends. Tell us in the comments what you thought about us talking about surface level conversations, surface level friends, social media. We covered a bit much today, but tell us what you think. Share with somebody that you know, share with at least one person, and subscribe and put some comments. Y'all can text us because y'all be texting.
I don't get text no more. Thank you.
I got text last week. But put in the comments but what she texted me about, she probably didn't want to put in there, but yeah, it was on the fashion thing in the church stuff. But yeah, text us. I mean, I said text us. Put in the comments and let us know what you think. You have anything else, friend?
No.
We will see y'all next week.
I'll be 50 when we record next week.
You will.